Hello everybody, this is Necromancer 3000, and this video is actually about something I've had on my mind for quite a while now, and it's just been kind of bothering me, so I thought I'd put a video out there just to get my thoughts out there. And I want to say something about the state of a lot of gamers nowadays. I'm not saying all gamers are like this, obviously, since I'm a gamer. I mean, there's quite a few of them that are, just awesome and they're understanding. They actually know how to appreciate other people's opinions, like everybody in my favorite, Facebook group. One second. But what I'm talking about is this: in earlier years of gaming, when a new game was announced, people would give it a chance. They wouldn't bash it before the game would ever come out. Yeah, there'd be one or two people, but it wouldn't be as many people. You remember people going, "Okay, this looks decent. I'll look at it. Okay, or I'll give it a shot." Or, it doesn't look good right now, but we'll see what happens when it comes out. They were very, appreciative. Very what's the word? Well, you know what I mean, though. They were just very hopeful for the games that are coming out, and just it seemed like the games are just skyrocketing. Nowadays, it seems like people are just here to bitch. I mean, it's like they're not giving any gaming. It's not like they're giving any developer any fucking chance. I mean, like EA for instance. Recently, I've been seeing that EA has been getting a lot of bashing, and it's starting to feel like that people are trying to make them out to be as bad as Capcom, which they are not. Like their games that are coming out, like the Mass Effect 3 ending thing, and the Dead Space's recent one, Dead Space 2. People are bashing that game hardcore, and the game didn't really change. I mean, the game, I've seen the gameplay, and I've played every Dead Space game. This feels exactly the same, except slight tweaks here and there, like every sequel should do. It just baffles me, and how people can just randomly do that. I mean, the hell. Okay, this game series is really good. The Dead Space series is an amazing game series, and these people are just bashing it before the game even comes out. They've barely seen shit from it, and they go, "Oh, co-op, another Resident Evil 5 thing." Two different developers, two different things. Just because one company failed at making co-op scary in the Resident Evil series doesn't mean that Dead Space will fail at it. The people at EA. It just doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be comparing. You shouldn't be doing that. Just because one company fails doesn't mean this company's going to. That's like saying just because, one person's doing online passes, or just saying one person's doing Dislock DLC, that you're going to expect every other company to follow suit and start doing that. Which is just not the case. I mean, no one has really done that but those two separate companies, because it was their own thing and what they believe is right. And it just bothers me. Or the Devil May Cry thing that's been going. The new Devil May Cry game came out, and people have been giving it decent reviews. IGN, Machinima, all that. They're giving it like 9s and 8s, and some people giving it 10s. And like Metacritic, it got it 86, 89%, like that. And then have the user rating being a 3 point something. Just like if you watch the Angry Joe review of Devil May Cry, I agree with his review, a lot of it. I think it deserved an 8, but that's his opinion, and I respect that. Because all the reviews are, they're your opinions on the game. He truly didn't like the Dante. I loved him. He said emo. I didn't think he was emo. But the point is, he knew what he was talking about, and so is Adam Sessler when he reviewed the game. He knew it wasn't a bad game because of his goddamn look. People were just looking at the look and then go, "Oh, this is a bad game." Then afterwards, they would find other things about the game that was wrong when it's not true. Like they say the gameplay sucks and feels like God of War. Completely untrue. I have played the new DMC, yes. The lack of styles is disheartening if you're so used to playing Devil May Cry 3 and 4, like some of these really hardcore fanboys who basically lived off the damn game. Even when the 360 came out and all these amazing games came out, they would still be on their PS2 playing DMC3 for hours on end because they're so, worship that game as a god. So, of course, they know all the things about the combat and all that, but other people didn't know. But they're going back to basics. They're rebooting the series. It's a completely different universe, and yeah, it's I don't even understand it anymore. And then it seems like whenever all these people hate the game for no apparent good reason, they think the only good reviews out there are ones that give them low scores. And they're giving them 2s and 1s and 0s, and that's not what. Listen, even if the game was bad, it was at least an average game if you didn't like it. I mean, it was functional, it was playable, it was fun to play. It's not like it was a broken piece of shit game like there is some games out there. There's those games that just are horrible in this, they don't even function. It's just weird to me. It just seems like there are a lot of that doing out there. Or like whenever, let's see, Injustice, I've seen a couple of people bitch about that too, about saying, oh, it's just like Mortal Kombat. Yes, it's made by the same company as Mortal Kombat, it has similarities to it. But I can say the same thing for Soul Calibur and Tekken. Those games look exactly the same. I can say Soul Calibur ripped off Tekken, but they still feel like two different games. Or I can say, Street Fighter ripped off this, or something ripped off Street Fighter. It doesn't make it true. Just because similarities doesn't mean the game is bad to another game. It just makes no sense. But, yeah, this is me been ranting. Those are just the two games recently that have been doing this, but I'm pretty sure more games will follow suit. I truthfully expect it. Like, Halo 4 did that earlier on when it came out. There were people bitching about it for stupid reasons, and it seems like that gamers nowadays are just wanting to bitch for no apparent reason, have no backing to it. And it seems like they're all becoming more immature and just don't even appreciate the games that we're getting nowadays. I mean, we should appreciate that, how much good games are coming out, how much work these developers are putting into it. And yes, I'm not saying that every game a developer puts out is good. There's obviously bad ones, but at least if you're going to say it's bad, give us legitimate, logical, factual reasons, not just shit that you feel like is bad because you are being all mad about it. Well, that's just my thoughts. So comment. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this whole situation I've been talking about. So yeah, this is Necromancer 3000 signing off.